冇權要人交出啲客戶資料出嚟㗎，明唔明啊？
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Orville Gibson, and this is my review of Zed Storm. Zed Storm is directed by David Lamb, who hasn't directed a film in a dog's age, and some of the films he directed were dogs. He co-wrote the script with Ho Wah Hong, whose credits really aren't much better. I enjoyed Red to Kill, but not for the plot or the dialogue, which the trailer would have us believe are the selling points of Zed Storm. The acting in Zed Storm is almost uniformly excellent. Lo Hoi Pang makes his requisite appearance in a local film, in a role somewhat larger than usual, and he's really good in it. Gordon Lam-Ka-tong is also excellent in a role that quite frankly should have been bigger. Louis Koo is interesting as the head of the ICAC investigation. The problem is that Louis Koo doesn't look like a civil servant. He looks like a movie star. Louis Koo would have been much more believable in the Michael Wong role. So would Gordon Lam-Ka-tong. So would anybody. I shouldn't say such terrible things. He is one of the most consistently entertaining actors in local movies. Besides, I got to hear him call Dada Chen a whore.
You're just a whore. That's all you are.
I can't complain. As usual, people like Lu Kai-chi, Eddie Chung-Soo-fai, Tony Ho, and Philip Kung-ho-man put in solid performances in small supporting roles. So it's a shame that all this good acting goes to waste on a plot so grossly contrived and so poorly executed that I just feel bad for the cast members. Like a lot of recent Hong Kong attempts at making a blockbuster, Zed Storm has all the ingredients and a really lousy recipe. My biggest problem with this movie, as usual, is the frequent lack of logic and/or surplus of idiocy in the script. A phone conversation between Louis Koo and Lo Hoi Pang requires a superhuman level of suspension of disbelief, and I just couldn't do it. The mysterious bad guy, who is of course a foreigner, is played by, I don't know, it's either the guy from the Dos Equis commercials or Andrea Bocelli. I can't tell because, you know, we all look alike. Well, anyway, this bad guy is very secretive and he wants to remain anonymous. You would too if your name was Mr. Zorro, spelled with one R in the subtitles. His zeal for secrecy is so great that his master plan is called Zed Hedge Fund. At the launch of the fund, a VIP is presented with the Sword of Zorro, as if he were an historical figure instead of a fictional one. This shot that appears in the trailer appears in the film only to symbolize a couple having sex. But thank God that's what they did. I can only imagine what would happen if people were shown having sex in this movie. Although actually, the woman in that scene was shown having sex in an earlier scene. See? The film's end is horrendous for two related reasons. One, it features weird footage of smiling regular people walking on regular streets and living regular lives like something out of a PSA or a propaganda movie. The people and their way of life are secure because of the selflessness, dedication, and righteousness of the ICAC. You know what? When your movie reminds me of Super Typhoon, you got a problem. Speaking of which, the film also trots out a ham-fisted and laughable bid for a sequel in a style that TVB would be embarrassed to use, if in fact they were capable of being embarrassed about anything, but I digress. Mr. Zorro sits in his car, which we see from a distance. Our intrepid civil servants smile to themselves. We didn't catch him this time, but maybe next time. Next movie. Ha 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 ha. Guess what, folks? The joke's on us, but only if you watch the movie. I can't really recommend this film very much. It has some good acting in it, but the story obviously kind of irritated me. But if you want to see this movie, go watch it in a cinema. Or wait till it comes out on disc and buy it. Don't download it. Don't watch it on YouTube. When this movie is released to home video, we'll update the description with a link where you could buy it. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, don't leave me a comment. I'm sick of reading them. If you enjoy the reviews in general, please subscribe to the channel. That way you'll get to see all the new videos as soon as I release them. Thank you for watching. I don't know, maybe the male actor objected to doing a sex scene with a woman 1/3 his age. You know what? That's why they call it work, Cheese Whiz. Now drop trow and earn your money.